In a quiet, sun-soaked town that always seems too calm to be real, Vic Van Allen lives in a beautiful house surrounded by green hills and a perfect family. On the surface, he has everything: wealth, intelligence, a loving wife, and a sweet little daughter. But beneath the calm lies a silence that hums like a warning. Because Vic's wife, Melinda, is not like other wives. Melinda is wild, impulsive, beautiful, and cruel. She laughs loudly, drinks too much, and flirts with everyone in sight. The kind of woman who seems to live only for attention, and she gives her husband that cold, daring smile, the one that says, "You can't control me." Vic watches her, always watches. His quiet eyes take in every move she makes, every man she touches. And yet, he never shouts, never argues. He just smiles, that unsettling, patient smile, as if he knows something no one else does. Their friends gossip. They say, "Melinda does whatever she wants and Vic just takes it." They whisper about their strange marriage, where love and hate have become the same thing. But Vic doesn't seem to mind. Or maybe he's learned to hide the way it's killing him inside. At their parties, Melinda floats from guest to guest, holding a glass of wine, laughing too loud. She touches another man's arm, a pianist, a writer, a musician, someone new each time. And Vic stands across the room, polite, quiet, and terrifyingly calm. When someone jokes about her behavior, he just smiles and says, "Oh, that's Melinda." Then one night she brings a new man to their party, Martin, young, confident, charming. Everyone sees it. Melinda doesn't hide a thing. She dances with Martin like her husband isn't even there. Later that night, Martin disappears. The next day, Vic tells one of Melinda's friends that he killed Martin. Just says it, like a joke. The friend laughs nervously, unsure whether to believe him. But Vic doesn't laugh. His eyes are empty, and the smile doesn't reach his face. When Melinda hears about it, she's shaken. But she doesn't confront him, not directly. Instead, she tests him, looks at him differently. The air between them changes. Weeks pass. No one finds Martin. The rumors start to grow. Some people think Vic might have done something. Others think it's just twisted gossip. And Melinda, she begins to play an even more dangerous game. She brings home a new lover. His name is Joel. He's open, confident, too naive to realize what he's walking into. Melinda flaunts him in front of Vic, laughing, touching, daring her husband to react. Vic says nothing. He invites Joel to dinner, pours him a drink, talks to him like a friend. Melinda watches with a cruel, fascinated smirk. But there's something else behind her eyes now. Fear, curiosity, maybe even attraction. Because deep down, she's starting to believe that her husband isn't harmless at all. Soon after, Joel leaves town. No one asks questions. No one dares. Vic and Melinda's little girl, Trixie, doesn't understand what's happening between her parents. She's too young, too innocent. She loves them both, even though the air in their home feels heavy, like a storm waiting to break. She asks her mother, "Why do you make Daddy mad?" Melinda just smiles and says, "Because it's fun." One afternoon, Melinda finds Vic in the garage, cleaning his tools, his hands covered in grease. She looks at him and says, almost teasingly, "You really did it, didn't you? You killed Martin." He looks up, calm as ever, and says, "If I did, you'd never prove it." She stares at him, shocked, aroused, terrified, and walks away without another word. Time goes on. Their marriage becomes a loop of desire and destruction. Melinda keeps testing him, and Vic keeps letting her. Until one day, she brings home someone new, Tony, a handsome musician, young, confident, and careless. Tony thinks Vic is pathetic, an old husband who can't control his wife. He flirts with Melinda right in front of him, laughs in his face. And Melinda loves it. She thrives on the danger. Vic watches them for days, his calm beginning to crack. Then he invites Tony to go mountain biking with him. They ride into the woods, the sun beating down through the trees. Tony laughs, not realizing he's stepping into the last day of his life. When they stop by a pond to rest, Vic picks up a heavy rock. There's a moment of silence, then a struggle. Birds scatter into the air, the water ripples. Only one man walks out of the woods. Later, Vic returns home, covered in sweat and mud. Melinda looks at him from across the room, her eyes sharp, suspicious. He doesn't say a word. Days later, she finds Tony's wallet hidden in a drawer in Vic's study. She knows. She doesn't need proof anymore. That night, she stares at him during dinner. He asks about her day. She doesn't answer. The silence between them says everything. The next morning, she packs a bag, takes their daughter, and drives away to a friend's house. Vic doesn't stop her. He just watches from the porch, his face unreadable. But something inside him shifts. He drives to the same pond where Tony's body lies hidden beneath the water, and when he sees the body floating near the surface, he drags it out, wraps it in a tarp, and pushes it deeper, covering his crime with the same quiet care he gives everything else. Back at the house, Melinda returns alone. She moves through the room slowly, touching his things, the walls, the photos. In one of his drawers, she finds Tony's wallet again, the proof she had left behind. She holds it for a long time, then slides it back into place. When Vic comes home, covered in dirt, she watches him through the window. He looks peaceful, tending to his garden like nothing happened. Melinda stands there, frozen, a strange smile spreading across her face. It's not relief. It's not fear. It's something darker, understanding, because now she knows who her husband truly is, and she loves him for it. She walks outside, barefoot on the grass, her dress catching the light breeze. She says nothing. He looks up at her, his face calm, his eyes steady. For the first time in years, there's no game between them. No lies, only a terrible truth that binds them tighter than love ever could. Melinda leans down, kisses him softly on the cheek, and whispers, "You shouldn't have left his wallet." He looks at her, startled, then smiling, the same quiet smile he's worn since the beginning. And in that moment, they both understand. This is their marriage. This is what keeps them alive. The fear, the secrets, the quiet violence that no one else can touch. As the sun sets behind them, their daughter calls from inside the house, her voice light and innocent, unaware of the darkness holding her parents together. Vic and Melinda walk back inside, side by side, silent. Because in their world, love isn't tender. It's dangerous. It's possessive. And in the end, it's the only thing left that's real.